YouTube is helping people get their content out there, even new creators. YouTube is actually making it easy for people to get monetized. YouTube is currently pushing small creators out there. YouTube's on easy mode. I just wanted to tell you that there's been something that I've been noticing taking place on YouTube. I started noticing it a few months back, about 3 months back, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. And that is that I started seeing a lot of people, content creators, showing up in my suggestion feed that YouTube was showing me that I had never heard of before. And their videos had hardly any views at all. And out of curiosity, after I saw a number of these continuously showing up within the mix of the bigger content creators I was more used to seeing, I started clicking on some of them just to see what was up with their channels or the videos, because it was really unusual in any of my experience to be having YouTube suggest to me videos with hardly any views. I mean, and at first I just kind of chalked it up thinking, oh, well, maybe this person just posted this video. I presumed that they were a big content creator because that's what I was used to YouTube constantly showing me, is big content creators. So upon clicking on a few of them, I started to see that these were clearly newer channels with hardly any subscribers, and that most of their videos didn't really have that many views either. What they did have in common with me was relevancy to themes that I had been watching. I started actually watching some of their content to see if I resonated with any of it or that I found value in it, and I actually did. And I thought it was really cool that YouTube was, chose to show it to me. This was going on for a while. I was noticing it consistently for at least a couple months, and then I started actually hearing content creators talking about the fact that YouTube is actually doing this on purpose. YouTube is currently pushing small creators out there. YouTube's on easy mode. Some people are trying to say it's really not. I think aspects of it are not. I think you still have to show YouTube that people want to watch your content once you put it out there. So you still have to make videos that are engaging. But there's even things that are changing about that. They don't have to be as short anymore, for one thing, if you don't want them to be. Some people are actually enjoying longer content now, and with a more easy, relaxed editing style. Some people are not even editing some of these videos at all, except maybe to cut off the very beginning and end where they maybe turned on or off the camera. Or in some cases, I've seen people maybe take out a little chunk, maybe once or twice in a video. Perhaps they messed up on something they said bad enough and they didn't want to leave it there. But honestly, I'm seeing people just talk and give dialogue for a while. And so, I really want to share with you. I've seen this for myself. So this isn't just that I've taken people's word for it and I'm like repeating it here, because that's really not what I'm about, and that's never really what I've wanted to do within making videos for people. I've never wanted to be a copycatter, a reiterator, just for the sake of trying to make content and trying to make money off of that content. I've always wanted to make content that would be sharing something that I have either seen relevancy in for myself, or that I'm doing myself, or that I have found value in myself. And what I'm saying here is that I started to see that something different was going on for myself consistently for probably a couple of months before I actually heard anybody talking about it. And by anybody, I mean one of those people that are kind of like the YouTube teacher type of gurus, where they actually teach you how to do the YouTube type channel, like those people that seem to be in the know about how YouTube is working and what the algorithm is doing and what's going on with YouTube. And I'm only presuming that they probably, started out by figuring out a lot of things for themselves. And maybe eventually they end up with some inside connections. I don't really know. But anyway, something is definitely cooking at YouTube, and they're definitely making it easy for new creators, for small channels to get views. YouTube in a way is on super easy mode right now. And to me, the way that that YouTube is on super easy mode is the way that's actually the most important, I feel. Because even if you have all the other stuff nailed out with all the other content creation like guidelines that would work, it was so hard before that most people couldn't endure making content long enough, consistently enough, and the time involved in that to actually make a go of it. It's exhausting, honestly, to spend so much time on content creation, trying to come up with something to say, because people didn't want to hear relaxed talking back then, or at least that's what we were told. I don't know, now magically they like it now. Anyway, So what made them magically not like it before? I'm not really sure. But anyway, um, one of the styles that people are resonating with is this more relaxed style. They're calling it the new way of vlogging. And there are different ways of going about that. But this is really your moment to shine. If you've been thinking about doing a YouTube channel, but you just haven't done it yet, you've been putting it off and procrastinating for whatever your reasons are or your concerns. And we all have had a variety of them. It's like we can look at people who've been doing YouTube for a while, they've been making YouTube videos for a while, and it seems like they're just so natural at talking to the camera. And we imagine, or we can imagine, that they've been like that from day one, and that's why it works for them. But the reality is that nobody was like that on day one. And most people are pretty darn awkward. In fact, you can go to a lot of channels where they actually have left still standing their very original videos, and you can go in the video tab and then click oldest and go to some of their first videos. Now some people will hide them or take them down if they've changed themes from where they started. They might do that because the old theme wasn't relevant, or maybe they were embarrassed by how they were in the beginning. But a lot of people actually will let those stay. So if you find someone who's had a channel for a few years, especially, and you do this, you go to the video tab and you click oldest, and then the oldest one will come up. You can put that on and you can just see how it was. Um, I might talk about this again in an upcoming video because I'm thinking about one content creator in particular. And he actually told in a very recent video about what his content used to be like when he first started his channel. And he mentioned that those videos are still there. So I went and looked him up. And it was worlds different than where he's at now. And I mean, he's one of the top creators. He's a multi-million-dollar content creator. He's in the place where most of us would like to be. All right. So, but he didn't start out that way, and that's the point. And there are many that have shared the same thing. So, just get over it. Like, even if you are a little awkward at first, keep practicing and just keep doing it, and it'll get better. I promise. I had such a hard time at first when I started. And if you've tried multiple channels before, but then they didn't work or you gave up on them, that's okay. Don't look at it like a failure. I actually did that, and I did look at it like a failure. I thought, man, I'm such a failure. I tried this one and that didn't work, and I tried that one and that didn't work. And then I ended up with three, two of which got to like 1,000 or a little bit more in subscribers, and one which is like, close to 800 at this point. And just feeling kind of like comparing myself to the big people, like I can't do it. Like there's something wrong with me, like whatever. But you know what? I ended up finding out like there are many creators out there, content creators that have very big YouTube channels. Like now they have maybe one big YouTube channel that they're doing very well on. They're making a lot of money. And I have heard some of these people allude in other interviews that maybe they were on, or in some of their own content, where they actually had started and failed at a few different YouTube channels before the one that took off. I heard one content creator talk about how he had started, I think, 4, and each one was on a different theme. And one of those 4 really took off. One of them did sort of kind of like okay, and the other 2 didn't really do anything. Well, what did he do? He ran with the one that really took off. Now, I'm not suggesting that you start 4 different channels right now. That's a lot to manage at one time. And most people just don't have enough time. And that's another deterrent that a lot of people have to making a go of YouTube, especially with how long the filming and the planning and the editing process can be within the relation of what we've been told all of this time people want to see from these videos. Well, that story has changed now. People don't need this type of polished videos anymore, and most people are not wanting them right now. You can literally just talk on a camera just like I am doing right now. And honestly, this is the camera in my computer. I'm on Zoom. Like I couldn't really probably have worse quality right now, and I feel a little bit like, embarrassed about that. But I feel like I also have something of value to share, and I'd rather take a shot at going for it and sharing this with you, and just putting myself out there and helping people make a difference, helping you make a difference, helping you maybe pick up your channel again if you've let it get dusty and sit off to the side because you weren't making content anymore, or start the channel that you've always wanted to start but haven't started yet. If I could help you get the encouragement because YouTube's on your side right now. YouTube's making it easy right now. YouTube's on super easy mode right now. YouTube will help push your content out right now if you're a brand new creator. YouTube will help push your content out right now if you're a small creator or you only have a few videos. It's going to help you, and you still have to be a little consistent. You still have to be a little patient because YouTube needs a little time to catch hold of what you're doing. It's not going to necessarily make you skyrocket on video 1, 2, or 3. You do have to be a little consistent and try to make videos fairly frequently in this initial stage is what I'm seeing some people do. But then I'm also seeing some people do it once a week with this vlog style, and they're really taking off, and they've made a lot more money in AdSense in the last 5 months than they're saying they made in 5 years before with YouTube. And so however you want to do it, once a week, a few times a week, whatever is workable within whatever you want to present, because obviously it's a lot easier for me to sit here and share some thoughts with you than it is for me to show you me do something. And then, I would have a little bit more editing involved in that. But I've heard that even people that are doing this simple vlog style with multi-cameras, where they're showing things and they're cutting, are able to do those editing jobs now within an hour compared to hours and hours and hours before. For a video that's like 20 minutes instead of a video that's 10, that took oodles amounts of time more. So this really is our moment. It's your moment. It's my moment. It's all of our moment. All of us, you, who've wished that we could have a place on YouTube. This is our moment that we finally can, but we do have to take it. We have to actually start, and we have to put our concerns aside, the embarrassments aside, the doubts about if we can do it, the worry if we'll have something to talk about. Just stop with all the head chatter. Don't let it stop you anymore, because it's just that head chatter is stopping us. It stopped me for a long time. It has in many things where it would delay me for a while before I'd start. It may be delaying you, but let's just put it aside and just go, because YouTube is seriously your ally right now. YouTube is helping people get their content out there, even new creators. YouTube is actually making it easy for people to get monetized. YouTube is on easy mode right now. YouTube is actually making it easy for people to make money within a relatively short period of time compared to anything that I have seen before. And if you've heard any of the YouTube gurus in the past, most of them have said, don't rely on AdSense. Use YouTube to build your own thing. And overall, I agree with that. We should draw a tribe to us, because your tribe will come to you, my tribe will come to me. We can ultimately offer something of value, or offer them to do something with us, like do like a challenge with us where they can interact with us. Yeah, ultimately we should do those things. But people are apparently genuinely making a boatload of money off of AdSense right now because of these like relaxed vlog style videos, when they're an interesting person who's just being authentic and who's just sharing from their heart something that they know, or from their insights, or some skill that they can share. They're tearing it up right now on YouTube. And this is a trend that's been going on for a little while right now. And many people are projecting it's going to continue through 2025. But who knows? The YouTube changes their algorithm, like some people change socks. Sometimes, YouTube was a lot easier years ago, but even then, I don't think it's as easy as what it's looking like now. And then it became a lot harder. It became a lot harder. Back in the day, you didn't have to have any number of subscribers and watch hours to get monetized. You could just start making money if people were watching your video. So they've changed it a lot. They've made a lot more hurdles. It's almost like they didn't want anybody else to be more successful, is how it's felt to me. Now it feels like YouTube's rolling out the red carpet. YouTube's helping people. YouTube is making it easy for people. YouTube is on easy mode right now.